Would you have my baby?
So what we're seeing here is the future, and these modules here are for a building that we've designed in central London, and they're being prefabricated here in the factory. So windows, doors, kitchens, bathrooms, everything fitted into the timber modules. They're completed here, put on the back of a truck and taken to site.
War is ervan overtuigd dat het grootste deel van het constructiewerk op een bouwplaats binnenkort verleden tijd kan zijn. Al het werk kan nu gedaan worden in een fabriek. 24 uur per dag, 7 dagen per week.
If I were a carpenter, and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby?
So these kitchen units here arrive, they're prefabricated elsewhere, bought in, and then fitted into the module here. And then literally when the module arrives on site, the front door is locked, and inside the building is completely finished. So the interior of the building, the interior of the flat is painted, the kitchens are fitted, the bathrooms are fitted, so, you know, literally ready to move in. So it's kind of plug and play. You can see actually over here where the services are coming out of the side of the module there, and when that goes on site, they'll be fitted.
De basis voor het bouwen met hout is eigenlijk een dik soort multiplex. In jargon heet het CLT, Cross Laminated Timber.
So this is a piece of CLT, Cross Laminated Timber, and it's made from a European spruce tree. This is a piece of Austrian CLT, and you can see these are the planks of the tree planks of timber here, and running this way, and then the next layer is perpendicular to the top layer, and you layer it up in odd layers. So the top layer and the bottom layer run in the same direction. So then it's like a giant piece of plywood. Yeah, so this comes out of the factory about 16 meters by 3 meters, and then we can cut the windows out, cut the doors out. So these buildings go up incredibly simply and incredibly quickly, and they go up very quietly. So a couple of guys wandering around with electric screwdrivers, like that. Building built, job done.
But if it's that simple, I mean, how come...
Why isn't everyone doing it? I don't know. I don't know.
De revolutie van beton en staal van begin vorige eeuw heeft spectaculaire architectuur opgeleverd, die tot op de dag van vandaag indruk maakt.
Amazing.
Gewapend beton is constructief, sterk, brandveilig en gaat lang mee. Waarom zou je dat willen veranderen?
The construction industry is the single most polluting industry in the world. And it's getting worse, not better. You know, with the amount of development that will happen and is needed to happen in India and in China. I mean, it's, you know, the kind of buildings that we're going to be building in the next 100 years, that will be the major contributor to carbon emissions. So we need to find a way of doing it differently. Not only that, we're running out of river sand. You know, we're running out of water. Concrete buildings take an immense amount of water.
You are saying that the building industry is one of the biggest polluters? But
yeah.
I thought it was the aviation industry or the shipping industry.
No, not at all. So, not at all. I mean, aviation creates about 3% of carbon emissions. Just making cement produces 9% of the world's carbon emissions. And that's the figure that the concrete industry give you. So imagine what the real figure might be, you know? And that's already 3 times greater than aviation.
If we were building in timber and I was trying to persuade everybody to build in concrete, it would be such a tough job. You know, poisonous. Only can do it sort of 9-10 months a year. You know, you have to build a wooden building, fill it full of a concrete building, take the wooden building away, and then build another building around it. You know, you're building 3 buildings. And then all this stuff, all this banging and these heavy trucks and these concrete mixers and jackhammers and grinders. And yeah, it's not a pleasant process. When I first decided to set up in practice, I called my mum up and I said, hey mum, you know, I'm gonna set up in business. I've decided this is what we're gonna do. I'm really excited. And she was like, oh, that's fantastic. I'm so pleased for you. What's your ethos? And I said, what do you mean? What's my ethos? What does that mean? Mum, I'm gonna start a business. And she said, yeah, but you need an ethos. And so I was like,
And I kind of remember kind of just putting the phone down, a bit sort of frustrated and thinking, but you know what, that question has stayed with me my whole career.
Is your mom proud of you?
Is my mum proud of me?
Did you find your ethos?
Yeah, I did. I found my ethos. Yeah, I think my mum thinks it's pretty cool.
And what does it look like?
What does my ethos look like? My ethos is like, be part of the solution. You know, be part of the solution, confront these issues, you know, which often means confronting yourself. You know, and that's, you know, because this is something that is, you know, a collective guilt, really, of, you know, of Western society, particularly Western society, and we need to change the way we lead our lives. And that's not easy, because I like my life. And yeah, so I think my mum is, I better look at the road. I think my mum is proud of me. I hope so.
Murray Grove in Londen is het eerste hoge houten woongebouw ter wereld. Het werd na oplevering meteen een voorbeeldproject. Ook omdat het gaat om sociale woningbouw met lage huur.
So this is your first wooden building, right?
Yeah, this is Murray Grove. Yeah, so 2008 we finished this building. Oh, 11 years ago.
I don't see any wood.
No. for a few reasons. One is you won't see wood on the outside of the building. So the structure of a mass timber building, of an engineered timber building, the structure is always hidden. But in this building, when we built this project, my client was very specific. Don't tell anybody that it's made of timber. So.
How come?
Because they were worried that if people knew it was made of timber, that they wouldn't buy it, they wouldn't purchase one of the flats. But you know what? This is something that we believe in. This is something that we believe that everybody should do. This is not a copyrighted process. You know, this is something we should share. So actually what we do now is we send out details to other architects. Architects contact us and ask us for advice about timber buildings. We'll spend hours on the phone. Every month we do a student evening. So students from all over the UK come to the office and we talk to them about timber buildings. We explain to them how to detail them, what the politics are behind them, all that sort of thing. So, you know, and we've written books and we publish in magazines and we'll talk to anybody about it. So I think that was a real conscious decision. Well, it was a conscious decision as a practice that we would be completely open about what we were doing. Now behind you, you want to swing the camera around now because this guy lives in the building and he's got a parrot. Excuse me. Hi. Am I right in thinking that you live here?
Yeah.
I'm the architect who designed it.
Oh, what a building!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
How long have you lived here?
I think 4 years now, just over 4 years.
Okay. You like it?
Yeah,
it's all right?
It's nice and warm, very warm.
Good. Oh, that's good.
Very warm. Good windows.
Oh, that's brilliant. Can we come in with you into the entrance? Is
Yeah,
that all
of course
right?
you can. Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
okay? I can see where the parrot's not allowed to stand.
Well, I purchased that for him, so
Yeah.
he's better off just throw him out in the balcony and gets out of the way. Come on.
So you see, every flat's got an inbuilt balcony, and yeah.
Yeah, the balcony's blinded. And what else went for? Other than that, no, it's fine. Nothing seems to have fallen apart on it, which is surprising.
Yeah, no, I'm looking around seeing there's any cracks or anything in it.
No, there's not. There's
There
nothing.
aren't, are there?
It's really fell to pieces.
Oh, good.
But, you know, well, nothing's gone wrong.
Good.
That's wood.
That's great
It would
news.
surprise me. I'm a bit of a builder anyway. I could have fixed
you?
little things.
Okay, you know the whole thing's made of wood, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
The lift shafts, the staircases, everything. It was the first one in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People always saying it's more expensive.
No, it's not more expensive. It's, you know, the thing is, if it was more expensive, I would never have been able to build in it. Nobody would ever have let me build in timber if it was more expensive. Because this client here, they were excited about the sustainability, but it wouldn't have been enough if it cost extra. You know, this cost less, and it was faster. You know, and over the last 15 years, we've really had to get good at building these buildings in order to be able to persuade, encourage our clients to build like this.
I see something over there that says, how CLT can save the world.
Yes. So Anthony, my business partner, did this. It's a really lovely little cartoon diagram that we put out. So if you grow more trees,
that will absorb more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, release more oxygen, and trees become a carbon store. You cut those trees down, you make them into buildings, that becomes a permanent carbon store, and then you grow more trees, and those trees take more carbon dioxide. So you just need to grow more trees and build buildings with them.
If you have to build like millions of new houses,
Yeah.
how many trees do you need?
A heck of a lot. We need to plant trees now, but there are a lot of trees out there too. You know, the forests that we have, I mean, forests in Canada and across the western United States, Australia, you know, all the forest fires that we see, that's because those trees were planted to be harvested for paper, for, you know, for furniture production, that kind of thing, and we're not cutting them down. So we're not using the trees that we planted a generation ago. You know, those trees that are cut down on the Amazon, they're burnt there. You know, that's to make way for cows. Actually, if we gave those forests a value and those, you know, those forests were certified, then actually people would begin to look after those forests. That you would give them a value beyond, you know, the cattle that are now taking their place.
So just plant trees everywhere?
Everywhere.
And it's like?
All the time.
How many trees?
Millions. Millions and millions of hectares. We need to triple the amount of trees that we have in the world.
But all...
Triple sounds random, doesn't it? Sorry, I just grabbed that out of nowhere. So we just need to have as many trees as we can. I mean, you know when you hear these crazy ideas about carbon gobbling machines, or, you know, burying carbon in the North Sea, or all these kind of multi-million-dollar solutions to our problem. Plant a tree. Plant lots of trees. That will do the same thing. And it's good for us, good for our ecosystems, good for our planet.